Hello guys, it's Teenage DC Fan back in another video, and welcome to what I believe is my final episode of Crisis News, where I break down all the latest news regarding Crisis on Infinite Earths. So, the Crisis begins Sunday night, so I don't think any more news will come out before then. We did just get a final trailer, but I don't really have time to break that down, but it's a really good trailer. But there are a couple of other things that I found out about the crossover that I thought I might as well let you know. So the first two things are people on Twitter, fans, have been asking Marc Guggenheim questions about the crossover, and one question was they gave him 3 characters, and then they wanted to know if any of them would be in the crossover. And he said one of the 3. So the first 3 characters that I'm talking about here are Beebo, of course from Legends of Tomorrow, Martin Stein, and Jax, whatever his last name is. And he said one of the 3. So one of these will be in the crossover, 2 of them will not. Now, I'm guessing it will either be Jax or Beebo. It's definitely not Martin Stein because, I mean, first of all, he's dead in the Arrowverse. And, like, Jax, he can still transform into Firestorm. The only reason he left Legends of Tomorrow was because it didn't feel right being on the team without Stein. Although, I think Beebo's really possible too. As ridiculous as the character is, it's pretty hilarious though. He could even make just a small cameo. I wish that we could have Firestorm back, but I don't know if it's going to happen. But up next, a different fan asked the same type of question except with 3 different characters, and he responded with the same answer, one of the 3. And those 3 are Vixen, Hawkman and Hawkgirl, and the Ray. And he said one of the 3. Now, I think Hawkman and Hawkgirl is a definite no. Like, I think there's no way they're coming back. At least not anytime soon. Vixen is always possible, although it depends on which version, because it could be the present time or the, like, a Maya version of Vixen that was on Legends of Tomorrow. I think that if Vixen does show up, it would be the Legends of Tomorrow version that you see on screen here with Amaya, because the actress is still on Legends of Tomorrow, so she might already be in Crisis, just as a different character. I don't know, but I'm starting to think that the Ray is also actually very possible, and I'm actually about to show you why. So, out of these 3, I think it's the Ray that's showing up. And here's why, because, sorry about this, but you're going to have to turn the screen, because if I change it to the other way, then it's going to be hard to see all the details. But anyway, DC Comics is releasing a Crisis on Infinite Earths Arrowverse tie-in. So this is basically going to be a 2-part comic series that basically goes over the story of what will happen in the crossover, but it will have more that happens in it. So things you won't see in the actual crossover, you'll be able to see what happens in this comic. Now, of course, it's designed like a normal comic book. At the top, it says DC 100-page Crisis on Infinite Earths Giant. And then, of course, it has the Crisis on Infinite Earths logo. And in the center there, you see Superman holding Supergirl's dead body. Now, no, I do not think that this is confirmation that Supergirl is going to die, because I highly doubt that she's going to die. But that is what happened in the original comic book for Crisis on Infinite Earths. So I'm guessing that's why that's there. But then if you look closely at the things on the side, so in the upper left corner, it shows the Flash, the Ray, which is why I think the Ray will be in the crossover. And then on the right side, we have Felicity and Lex Luthor. So apparently Felicity will be having a part in the crossover as well. And then it says the end of the multiverse begins here. And then down on the bottom, in the right corner up above the Lex Luthor thing, it says, and also featuring Supermen. And then I can't make out who the different characters are, but that's definitely not our regular Superman there. One of them almost looks like Martian Manhunter for some reason in a Superman suit. But the one front and center there has like white in his hair and looks a bit older. And he has a different logo on his suit. So I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments below what you think that is. But down in the left corner it says new. The Monitor's mission to save or sacrifice. So I don't know what to make of that. Maybe that means that the Monitor will possibly sacrifice himself to save the multiverse. I don't really know. But I think one of the most interesting parts of this is in the bottom right corner. It says a council of Luthors. So does this mean that we're going to be seeing a council of Lex Luthors in Crisis on Infinite Earths, just like how we saw the Council of Wells on The Flash? But the weird part is that in the picture, it shows like Lex Luthor in his comic accurate outfit and some gold suit and a blue suit and tie. So I don't know what that means. What do you guys think of it? I don't know. But this comic comes out December 15th. So that will be after the first 3 parts of the crossover air. And then I'm not sure when the second comic comes out. I'm assuming probably maybe in the end of January after the crossover is completely over. But then up next, we have another comic book cover. And this is actually the same thing, but in June. This is an actual listing on Amazon. If you search Crisis on Infinite Earths, and then you go to the books category, and then you look for this cover, then you can find it. It's like $12, but you can only pre-order it now because it comes out in June. And this is the deluxe edition, so it's basically this comic book plus the second part in one, and it's hardcover. But this cover is very interesting because once again we see the Ray, so I think this is confirming that the Ray is in the crossover. And then once again we see Felicity as well, so I think that's once again confirming that Felicity is in the crossover. But then someone else over here who it's been said that won't appear in the crossover is Kid Flash. So I don't know what's happening with that. Does that mean that Kid Flash will be in the crossover for Crisis on Infinite Earths? It's been said that he won't be, but was that a lie? I mean, maybe they're trying to be like Marvel and lie to us to keep all these big secrets. I don't know, it's possible. But this is all the Crisis news I have for now. So stay tuned for my reviews for each part of Crisis on Infinite Earths. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next video so I can bestow all my DC knowledge upon you.